Welcome back to consecutive day 1246 diary of a Runpreneur, and today's episode I want to talk to you about a whirlwind 24 hours. So remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment as more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information about the challenge, how you can get involved, is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 1246 of a diary of a Runpreneur, and today's episode I want to talk to you about a whirlwind 24 hours. And the reason for this topic is sometimes in life you just have a crazy 24-hour period of time where so much crazy stuff happens in such a short space of time that you struggle to catch a breather, and I feel that's what's happened in the last 24 hours. Well, to start with, yesterday morning I was running in the beautiful southeastern coast of Spain near Almeria, and best, enjoying the sunrise. Beautiful. Cut forward a 24-hour period of time. I'm running in 10 degrees, whereas I was running in mid-20s, and I'm now having to wear gloves and ear warmers and skins. So the difference in weather between southeast Spain and East Anglia in the UK is poles apart, south of the UK, whichever you want to look at it. So the weather has been a dramatic change for me since travelling back from our family vacation in Almeria in Spain. And not only that, we spent yesterday touring around the beautiful Almeria. Some people told us, there's not a lot to see in Almeria. Well, if that's the case, you haven't looked hard enough, because it was beautiful. It was idyllic. We were finding beautiful little streets and sidewalks to walk down, forts, cathedrals, with so much culture and architecture from kind of Arabic times, really. I think kind of the southern eastern coast of Spain, or Almeria, was one of the major ports into Africa, so there's kind of an African contingent as well. Really cool place. And we then had a really nice meal in central Almeria, which was far more expensive than I was hoping for on the way back to the airport, but amazing meal, phenomenal food, until we get to the airport. So we get to the airport, everything's going well, and then just as we're in the gate about to board the plane, my wife says, I really don't feel very good. So we then get on the plane, and my wife has had some kind of reaction to whatever she's been eating, and vomiting and diarrhea is not ideal on a plane, put it that way. And it's especially worse when you're sitting in the plane for 40 minutes before you take off due to air traffic control, and then when you land back in the UK, you're sitting in the plane for another 40 minutes because maintenance issues with the bridge to leave the airline into the terminal. You kind of get a bridge or steps down. This was a bridge, and they had issues with the maintenance side of things there. So my poor wife was really struggling, and you're then dealing with tired kids as you land in the early hours of the morning, having to try and carry as much as you physically can. And then, to make matters worse, we picked the car up from the airport in what can only be described as monsoon-like torrential rain. In perspective, driving back from Gatwick, which is South London, to Cambridge, you come around the M25, which is one of the busiest motorways in the UK, which is the ring road of London, and I was probably sliding or aquaplaning more than I was actually driving. It was that much torrential rain. I could probably only see 6 feet in front of me at best, and I had a 2-hour drive ahead of me. Fortunately, it was the middle of the night, so there wasn't a lot of traffic on the road, but it was horrendous. I had a sick wife next to me and 3 sleeping kids in the back. So yeah, so that was bad enough. We wake up this morning, try and unpack and get things moving. Wife is still struggling, and then I have to work today because the new cafe business that we're launching opens on Wednesday, and we have staff coming in for training and helping with the setup today. So I had to try and take some of the kids into the cafe to try and get things ready for the opening this week, which is super cool, super exciting. The kids love it, so it was a nice distraction for the kids while my wife was struggling at home with illness. And then to add on top of all this craziness is something kind of affected me this morning. The Matthew Perry, he used to play Chandler Bing in the amazing global kind of comedy TV sitcom, which was Friends. And if you're early 40s or kind of mid to late 40s, I suppose, you would have grown up watching Friends. It was the most popular show ever, and it went on for 11 or 12 seasons, I believe, about 20 plus episodes in each season, so it was relentless. And Matthew Perry played Chandler Bing, was a major character in so many people's lives. So many kind of jokes and sayings and things that he did in his character has been so influential on so many people of my generation. And he passed away this morning, or it was announced this morning. I think he passed away yesterday, and he drowned in his jacuzzi, which is it was not suspicious by all accounts. He did have a very troubled life at the young age of 54, and it was very sad to read, because it's such obviously you kind of know this individual over having grown up through decades of watching him on the screen. To pass away at 54 is very sad. He had a lot of trouble with alcohol and drug addiction as he struggled to deal with the stratospheric amount of fame that he had. But that just knocks you for six, and it's knocked me and many of my kind of generational friends and family. Is very sad. So kind of process that whilst dealing with all the craziness that's happened in the last 24 hours. It's just been crazy, and I'm quite enjoying this one actually as a way of processing it all. So my notes in my diary for today are that we do come across days in our life, 24 hours chunks in our life, where so many crazy things, chaotic things happen all at once, and it's almost like you haven't had a chance to even sit down and kind of process what's happened. And I think my learning from my diary today is how much I need this daily run in my life, because it's 40 minutes of kind of my own solace, if you like, solitude, a reader where I can process stuff and kind of make head or tail of it. And if I didn't have that, I think my mind would just be racing at 1,000 miles an hour, which it does anyway. I possibly have ADHD. However, having this run is so useful for me to process events in the previous 24 hours and de-stress, kind of acclimatise to the events of the last 24 hours. And I think my mental health would be in such a worse place without it. So my learnings from life today are that if you have a way of de-stressing, have a way of processing what's happening in your life, taking stock, analysing, understanding, gaining clarity, insights into what's going on in your world. Too many of us live in such a crazy world, and we don't have any time to depressurise our lives. And somebody, famous phrase, I can't remember who said it, pressure bursts pipes. If you let that pressure of daily stress build up, then you don't have a release or a de-stressing, depressurising process, then the only thing that's going to suffer is your mental health. And if it suffers for too long, that's how mental breakdowns happen. So I hope that's useful. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Remember to give this a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information about the challenge, how you can get involved, is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always, stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.